Hello friends, today we discuss the next chapter. Unit 4 is understanding customers requirement. I Mandlik Anil. Okay, first, what is meant by the understanding of customers requirement? There is a few questions for the understanding the customers requirement. First is called as the what is customers? It means what is the definition of the actual customers so you can satisfy the customers. Then who is the customers? And third is the what he want. Actually there are the three basic questions for understanding customers requirement, customers needs. Then what is customers? Okay, the one that purchase a product or service is called as a simply customers, but there are the different types of the customers. First one called as the external customers and internal customers. Then who is the customers? There are the number of types of customers. Okay, and what he wants. Identify the customer's needs is the basic part of the understanding the customer's requirement. Okay, now the process of identifying customers need is an integral part of a large product development process. What is meant by large product development process? Last lectures we see the product development process. Generally is called as the generic product development processes. Okay, here is the show the front end product development processes starting from the mission statement and with the development plan. There are the number of phases, number of steps given in the product development processes. After completion of the mission of the generation or statement of the missions, we can start with the first is called identifying customers requirement, then establish the target specification, then generate the concepts, select the concept, then test the concepts, then final set specifications for the given concepts, and now we'll start to the plan downstream to the developments. Okay, here is simply called as the understand product development processes. For each and every steps we require the economic analysis, benchmarking of the products, and build and test model and the product. For each and every steps we require this some of the activities. Okay, today we discuss the understanding the customer requirement is the first part for the product development processes. After the mission statement is written, then you can first identify the customers, what the customers want, what is the customers actual requirement, so you can fulfill this requirement by developing these concepts. Okay, the customers needs activity in relation to other concept development activities. Okay, there are the other concept development activities for the development processes. Not only we can complete the customers requirement, then directly go to the development plans. So we require after the define the customers needs, then we must go for these target specifications, then product concepts to the plan downstream development processes. Okay, now customers needs includes customers attributes and the customers requirements. There are the two different terms. First is called as customers attributes and the customers requirements. You can classify these needs into the two parts. Okay, now classifying customers requirement, you can classify the customers. There are the number of customers requirements in different view, so you can first classify all the views, all the needs, all the wants of the customers into the groups, so you can easily understanding the what the customers wants, and then you can start with the product development. What is a customer's requirement? First you understand. Then customers may not express all the requirements of product when they interviewed. Then if the features has become standard on a product, it is still a need but no longer excite the end users, and they may forget to mention it. This is under the customer's requirement. These are the definitions for the customers requirements. Okay, now from global viewpoint, the hierarchy of human needs that motivates the individuals. Here the human needs is hierarchy of the human needs is the important parts to classify the customers requirement. All of you know these Maslow's hierarchy, same as it is the hierarchy for the customers requirement. Okay, Here is the hierarchy of the human needs. This hierarchy start from the psychological needs and end with the self-fulfillment needs of the customers. Okay, what is the psychological need? Generally, psychological needs include the basic needs for the customers. All of you know the basic needs of the customers is called as the food, shelters, and other activity, which are the very basics. On their basic on their needs, customers want preferably. Then second is called as the safety security needs. It includes the protection against the dangers and the threats, comes under the security and safety needs. Then third is called as the social needs. It includes belonging to groups or group identity and social acceptance. Fourth is called as the psychological needs. What is the psychological needs? Psychological needs for self-esteem and self-respect. And last is called as the self-fulfillment needs through the self-development and creativity. Here is the hierarchy starting from the psychological needs and end with the fulfilled self-fulfilled needs. So you can very much necessary to identify or to classify the customers needs in these sessions. Okay, so all of you know must aware about this all the needs. Again, that needs you can classify the customers requirement. Okay, now a product or service will be successful if it effectively solve one or more important customers problems. Then every customer problem can be represented as a needs. Okay, this is the very important parts in our engineering point of view. The customer's problem can be represented as a needs. I think this is not a can be, it is actually the one part for the customer's requirement. Customer give the requirement in the form of the customer's problems in the product developments. Okay, but not all the customers requirements are equal, have the different value for different peoples. Second is identify the most important to success of the product in the target market and the satisfaction. You must identify the customers need in a different way to develop the product. Okay, now here we show the Kano's model. So Kano, one of the industry engineer, and these identify or classify the customer requirement into the different category. What is the Kano says? Here we discuss this Kano's model for customers requirements. A Kano diagram is usually partition the customers requirement into the different categories that will allow for their prioritizations. Here can two terms are there. The first is the customers requirement into the different categories and allow for their prioritizations. Okay, Kano categorize the four equal customers requirement. There are Kano identify only the four category for the customers requirement. What is the category? Is first is called as expectors, then spoken, then unspoken, and exciters category. There are the four different category. You can include all the needs in this category of the customers. Okay, what is next is first is called as the expector. What is meant by the expector? One would expect to see in the product like standard features. This is called as the expector categories for the customers requirements. Expectors are frequently easy to measure and are used often in benchmarking. Then second category is the spoken category. Is the specific features that will want in a product. Customers must need. Customer says that okay, these features must be included in my products. Okay, that's why this is called as the spoken category. It means as customer says that okay, this features is included in my products. Expector is not as usual by given the customers. This expectors is given by the product development team too. Okay, the designer must be willing to provide them and provide them to satisfy the customers. Then third category is unspoken category. Here is the customers not says about them features and functions of the product, but it is necessary. It is the primary requirement of the products. Okay, the product attribute, the customer does not generally talk about them, but they remain important to him. Okay, the feature is most important for the given product about their functionalities and other activities. Cannot be ignored. You cannot be ignore the features for the product. It takes a great skill of the designer to identify the unspoken requirement. Here is the part for the design team to identify what is the unspoken category, unspoken requirement, which is must be included in the product, but customers not say about some features. And last is called as exciter categories, called the delighters, generally features that makes the product unique and distinguish it from competitions. Okay, the absence of an exciter will not make a customers unhappy. This is given by the design team to the customers, so customers can pay and they are happy. But if this category is not present in the product, then there is no issue or no unsatisfaction of the customers. Here is the Kano's model. There are the two axes, x-axis and y-axis. In that y-axis, customer upside is called as the satisfied of the customers, and downside is called as the dissatisfied. In the x-axis, extreme right is called as a fulfilled or high quality performance, and the not fulfilled in the extreme left side. Okay, here is the straight lines or one direction lines called as the performance. Then second curve is called as the must be category, and third curve is called as the expector excitement. There is the three most important requirements given by the Kanos, and they shows this requirement in this way. Okay, you must know the dissatisfaction, satisfactions, not fulfill or fulfill. Again, that we can draw these linear curves. Then second curve for must be, third curve for the excitement in the Kano model. So the four category comes under this important this primary requirement of the customer. Where is it? Okay, here is called as the exciters. Generally excitement is category. So there is no excitement, so customer always satisfied. Okay, there is no unsatisfaction given by the excitement category, but you can increase this satisfaction of the customers level. Customers can easily purchase your product and they can accept it. Okay, next is the must be category. Generally must be category comes from this downward side of the graphs. Okay, this generally under the expector and the unspoken category. Here is called as a must be category. The features or function must be included in the products, so customer not spoken or not says about the product, but it is not give the satisfaction to the customers, but it must be included in your products, and they can fulfill or high quality performance given when the functions are included in the must be category. And this third is called as the unspoken category. When this fulfill or high quality performance given, the customers get satisfaction linearly. You can improve the product. Okay, for examples, we can purchase the car. What is the requirement of the cars? Cars give the mileage and the comfort satisfaction. You can increase the comfort satisfactions, customers get satisfied. You can increase the mileage activity per liter, so this satisfaction of the customers goes on increasing relatively. But you can you not give the mileage of the given products, so it get dissatisfactory. Okay, these are the extreme end for this performance. So this called as a performance or one directional requirement. Now next is this is this Kano model, this diagram developed by the Noriaki Kano from Japan. The model is based on concept of customers quality and provide a simple ranking scheme which distinguishes between essential and the differentiating the attributes. The model utilizing the product characteristics. It uses generally product characteristics. All the activity, all the needs, all the wants comes under a single figure or single models. Okay. It uses the specified in the or visualize the product characteristics. Okay. Professor Kano observed that not all customers' requirements are equals, have the different value for the different peoples. Again, you can having the different value for the different peoples. Okay. There is a types of the attributes. First attribute is called as a basic or threshold attributes. Okay. What is the basic and threshold attributes? The attribute which must be present in order for the product to be successful, or the customers will remain neutral towards the products. These are the most basic requirements of the threshold and basic attributes. Okay, here is we see the curves. Okay, this curves is called as a basic. Here is the customer totally neutral for these activities, but it is important in these products, so it is called as a must be or the threshold attributes. Okay. Second is called as a performance or one dimensional attributes. These characteristics are directly correlated to the customer's satisfactions. It's called as a performance of one directional activity. It is straight lines, 45-degree to the x-axis and continuously increasing. Increase the functionality or quality will result in increase in the customer satisfactions. The product price is often related to this attribute. Generally, the performance or one directional attributes include the price, performance, and delivery, just like activity for the products. What are the types of next attribute is the exciter or deleter activities. These features that makes the product unique, distinguish it from the competitions. The absence of the exciter will not make customers happy. There is no needs, but you can introduce the excitement activity in your products. Okay, customers get the satisfaction from features and are willing to pay. These are additional safety and features you can add it. These are the exciter activity, exciter categories. In that for that customer maybe pay additionals for these attributes. These features are often unexpected by customers and they can be difficult to establish as need called unknown needs. Generally this is called as the unknown needs. Okay. Now again we show these Kano models. Okay, in that Kano models we discuss the must be or basic needs, performance and excitement category. But this excitement category, there is no unhappy customers when they is not present in a product, but this excitement category may be changed after a long periods or after times they must be come toward the must be category. Okay, simple example is called as the after 10 years or 15 years there is no any ABS system in your product vehicles. Now today is the basic or must be category. These are the primary requirements. So at the 15 or 20 years these are the excitement or deleter activities. For that customers pay additional value for this deleter categories. Now today the most of the vehicles, these are the primary requirement for the ABS activity for the special vehicles, so they can be changed over the period of time. Here is the over time exciters become another basic needs, they become a basic needs continuously, so this excitement category directly comes toward the basic needs. Okay, thank you for watching this video. Next video we see the details of the Kano's models and take a case study on the Kano model. Thank you once again.